Good morning, students. See, today is the fifth class of the chapter relation function, and I have seen that most of the students they did not watch even a single class. Okay, so that means the problems you have to face, that is definite. I don't want to say lots of things because every day I am telling you the same thing only. Okay, and if you are not getting serious, I will call you and you have to come here. So be very careful. So see, today I am doing question number 9 too, because already similar types of questions I have solved. Okay, first you see the question here. I have written show that the relation R in the set A given by show that the relation R in the set A equal to X belongs to Z such that X is lying from 0 to 12 given by R equal to this one is an equivalence relation. Okay, so before also I told you that whenever you solve the questions from the chapter relations and functions, the main thing is the definitions. You have to study very clearly, and whenever you are solving the questions, you rewind the definition again and again. Okay, so see, first if we want to prove that it is an equivalence relation, we shall prove that it is reflexive, symmetric and transitive. So first let us start reflexively. Reflexivity. Okay, so reflexivity, you see, here the set is what? This is the set A such that A equal to X belongs to Z such that X is lying from 0 to 12. Okay, so I told you that what is the definition? If an element belongs to the set A, then the doublet must belong to the relation. That was the trick. If a particular element belongs to a set, then the doublet must belong to the relation. Okay, so here the set is what? A. I told you before also that whatever set is given, you don't be confused. In exam, in place of 0 to 12, there may be 0 to 18, 0 to 30, 0 to 50. All the questions are similar because it will not be used. You can see now. Only this part A will be used. Okay, so what was the trick? That we shall consider an element X belongs to A, and we shall prove that X comma X belongs to R. This will be considered and this will be proved. Okay, so let us consider let X belongs to A, be arbitrary. I told you whenever in the definition there is for all, it is not required. Just to make you understand, I have written it. Okay, so X belongs to A, be arbitrary. X belongs to A, be arbitrary. So since X belongs to, see, now you see the relation. A pair, when a pair belongs to R, then when the pair belongs to R, if the two elements are equal, that means if two elements are equal, the pair belong to R. We can go in both the directions. Okay, so let X belongs to A be arbitrary. Now we know X is, now we know X is equal to X. We know X is equal to X. Okay, since these two elements are equal, that means the pair belongs to R, because this is the definition. This is the definition. So X comma X belongs to R. So X comma X belongs to R because the two elements are equal. Okay, so R is reflexive. R is reflexive. Next, what we shall do? Symmetry. Symmetry. Symmetry means, what is the meaning of symmetry? What is the definition? If a pair belongs to R, then opposite pair also belongs to R. So let A comma x comma y, I am taking it in the form of x comma y, belongs to R, be arbitrary. X comma y belongs to R, be arbitrary. So if x comma y belongs to R, be arbitrary, that means this pair belongs to R, we have considered it. Since the pair belongs to R, so according to the definition of the question, what we can write? The two elements are equal. So this implies x and y are equal. Why? Because the pair belongs to R. A pair will belong to R if they are equal. If they are not equal, they cannot belong to R. So since they belong to R, that means they are equal. Now in place of x and y, we can write y comma x, because the same line we can write. Okay, since y and x are equal, so what you can write? According to the definition of the question, y comma x, this comma this belongs to R. This is the definition of the question. So R is symmetric. R is symmetric. Next, we shall prove the transitivity. We shall prove the transitivity. Transitivity. Okay, so what is transitivity? First, let x comma y and y comma z belongs to R, be arbitrary. Okay, so since this pair belongs to R, so what you can write? And this pair also belongs to R, so y and z are also equal, because this is y according to the definition of the question. Okay, now see, x and y are equal and y and z are equal. If we combine it, that means in place of this y, we can write z, because y, the below of y is z, so this can be written as x equal to z. Okay, that means since x and z are equal, so x comma z belongs to R. So R is transitive. R is transitive. R is transitive. That means what we have proved? We have proved that R is reflexive, R is symmetric, R is transitive. That means R is the equivalence relation. Okay, because this is the definition of equivalence relation. So R is an equivalence relation. R is an equivalence relation. So see, in this chapter, the main topic is finished. Now everything will depend upon your practice. Okay, the technique is same for all the questions. If you want to prove that a relation is reflexive, you have to consider an element from the set. You have to prove that the doublet belongs to R. If you want to prove that a relation is symmetric, you will consider an element from the relation, and you will prove that the opposite pair belongs to R. And if you want to prove that a relation is transitive, then you will consider two elements, and there is a rule to take two elements from the relation. What is the rule? X comma y and y comma z. You have to take the elements in that format. X comma y and y comma z, you will take the elements in that format, and you will prove that x comma z, that means common element will be cancelled, and you will prove that the other two elements also belongs to R. Then it will be a transitive relation. So if it is reflexive, symmetric and transitive, then it will be an equivalence relation. And remember one more thing, in some of the questions, what you will see, in some of the questions you will see that you have to prove not reflexive, not symmetric, not transitive. That means you will take examples. Before also I told you. If it is not reflexive, not symmetric, not transitive, you have to take examples of these types of questions also I shall solve. But initially you try to practice those parts where you have to prove that the relations are reflexive, symmetric and transitive. Okay. So today I am not going to solve any more questions. In the next class I shall solve other questions. Thank you.